Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. We are on the line with Chris Carter, Karnes County Livestock Exchange down Kendi Way. Chris, we always begin by thanking the folks that do business with us.
You betcha, Larry. We do want to thank all of you for your consignments. Last week, we were just shy of 900 with a total of 894 head. The market was steady on the packers, but was softer on some feeder classes.
Walk the pens with us.
Number one steers, 2 to 3 weight, 242 to 305. 3 to 4 weights, 236 to 305. 4 and 5s, 230 to 270. 5 and 6s, 215 to 250. 6 and 7s, 204 to 237. And the 7-8 weights, 203 to 215. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weight, 210 to 240. 3 and 4s, 216 to 280. 4 and 5 weights, 220 to 248. 5 and 6s, 211 to 238. 6 and 7s, 195 to 211. And the 7-8 weights, 186 to $2. We had 10 packer bulls. High yielding was $1.14 up to $1.22. Medium, $99 to $1.05. 121 packer cows. High yielding, 106 to $113. Medium, 85 to 93. And the low end, 58 to 72. We only had one bred cow last week. She brought 1,200. We had 6 pair. The better end were 14 to 1,600, and the plainer ones 1,050 to 12 and a quarter.
What do we got under the barn for this week?
Well, at the present time, we've got 640 head checked in. With what we know is coming, we're thinking maybe we hit 900 this week. In our count, we've got 96 packers, 10 bred cows, 5 pair. We also have a 2-year-old Charolais bull ready to go home with all the paperwork and many strings of calves from 30 to 60 head.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
For any questions, please call Waylon Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the meat movement from yesterday. We'll begin with the national pork carcass cutout value, 52 lower on Wednesday afternoon at 97.76. Federal slaughter for hogs, 1.442 million head for the week through Wednesday. That's down by 12,000 head for the week and is 6,000 head lower year to year. Neighbor, as we move toward the beef side of the meats equation, we'll examine the USDA boxed beef report. Had a $1.41 increase in the choice in the afternoon. The select fell by 59. Estimated slaughter 381,000 head for Wednesday. That's up 7,000 for the week and is 1,000 more than the same week last year. Neighbor, it looks like the USDA reports 14,000 head of cash trade for Wednesday's update. Sales at 183 in the south, 184 in the north. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from yesterday. We're on the line with Wayne Geiswhite. Wayne, how was the sale in Fredericksburg?
Well, the cow market was sure quite a bit cheaper, but you know, Larry, it's October. They do that to us every year.
Right.
The packer cows probably $8 to $10 cheaper. I think they went from 216 to 196 on the rail. So that's quite a bit of money out of our pocket. The calf market was pretty uneven. Probably the biggest problem I had in the calf market today was my quotes, because I just didn't have as many really, really good cattle today.
Right.
And didn't have many conditioned cattle. But the lightweight cattle were probably 5 to 10 cheaper. I didn't see many of those 330s and stuff like that. We did have over $3. The cattle from 425 to up were probably steady to strong, might even been $2 or $3 higher. Sold some 500-pound steers up almost $3. 6 weights up to 260, 7 weights up to 225. The heifers called it basically about steady. The fancy 4-weight heifers kind of bring 240 to 260. 5 weights up to 240. 6 weights up to 225. Had a real setup fancy heifers. Weight 622, bring 225. So, except for the quality today, I thought we had a good sale. And, of course, the cow deal was sure pretty tough on everybody.
Right. Do you know of anything for next week, Wayne?
No, it's October, so, one of my main buyers that was buying those light calves in the past said his farmers will be in fields for 2 weeks. Everybody's in their fields right now, so I'm taking some of them out.
Right.
So I don't know of any right now. I'm sure we'll have a good run again next week.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Wayne Geiswhite.
We're at 830-997-4394.
Always good to talk to you. Look forward to the next time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
No.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle work in pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000. Or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We're on the line with Kelly Thigpen, Pearsall Livestock. Kelly, how was the Wednesday sale?
I thought we had a good sale. Larry ended up with 695 head. Had a pretty good jag of Packer cows and bulls in there today. And, it was a little bit softer. They've taken a good bit of money off of these cows. Just a lot of cows moving, coming to town. It's as dry as been everywhere. And so it's starting to have, put a little pressure on the market. And they were some cheaper. I guess $1.06 on the best cow there today and $1.20 on the best bull. Did have a few stocker cows, a few pairs, and some bred cows there today. I guess kind of up to 2,000 on the best pair that we sold today, and then had some bred cows in that kind of $1,200 to $1,600 range. Decent demand there. And then on the calf and yearling side of things, it is kind of mixed. Some of those cattle, the bigger, better end of the cattle, sure fully steady with what they've been being. Some of those little fatter, kind of sucking, fresh calves right off the cows. Some of those cattle getting kind of harder to place, a little pressure on those. And, some of their plainer cattle sure looked a little bit cheaper this week. But overall, like I said, on the good cattle, they're still fully steady, selling really well. So thought we got along good. Like I said, ended up with 695 head.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Call us there at the office, 830-334-3653. Mobile number's 334-1047, or look us up on the website, PearsallLivestock.com.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm down on the farms, Larry Marble. I'm with Tony from D&D Farm and Ranch. Tony, you got news on T-Post?
Yes, sir, I do. Right now, our 6.5-foot American-made 133 T-Post went down. They're at $5.99, and that's if you buy one or however many you need.
Well, tell everybody how to get that great deal in this new price drop on T-Post.
Well, they can reach me out at 830-379-7340, extension 162.
We've been with Tony from D&D. Tony, have a good day. Help those people when they come by to buy T-Post.
Yes, sir, sure will. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're on the line with Jim Wheeler, Atascosa Livestock, Pleasanton, Texas. Jim, how'd the sale go this week?
Well, we didn't get rained out, I'll say that. We missed it again.
Right.
461 head this week. Market was pretty decent all the way around. They did take $24 off Packer cows from last week.
Well, that's quite a bit.
You betcha, in 1 week. Sure is.
Sure is. Well, tell everybody how they sold.
All right, ended up with 177 steers, 178 heifers, 88 cows, and 18 bulls. Steer side, 2 to 3 weights, $1.85 to $2.90. Heifers were $1.65 to $2.20. 3 to 4 weight steers, $2.05 to $2.55. Heifers were $1.80 to $2.33. 4 to 5 weight steers, $2 to $2.50. Heifers were $1.80 to $2.30. 5 6 weight steers, $1.90 to $2.40. Heifers were $1.75 to $2.18. 6 7 weight steers, $1.75 to $2.25. Heifers were $1.65 to $2.10. 7 to 8 weight steers, $1.70 to $2.20. Heifers were $1.55 to $1.85. 8 to 9 weight steers, $1.60 to $2.05. And the heifers were $1.30 to $1.70 there Tuesday.
What did they have on the cows after they took that $24 off?
$1.90 this week. Best Packer cow brought $1.04. Best bull brought $1.18. Bred cows sold anywhere from $800 to $1,400, and we had a handful of little black pairs. They brought from $1,000 to $1,400.
Are you aware of anything for this next Tuesday, Jim?
Yeah, I imagine we'll have another 400 plus next week. Just guessing. It's sprinkled around here in spots, but mostly Atascosa County is still very dry.
Well, we'll pray for rain and a good sale next week. Tell everybody how to contact you, Jim Wheeler.
Reach us at 830-569-2516.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family-owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. We're on the line with Klein Spear, Southwest Livestock Exchange Uvalde. Klein, tell us about the sheep and goat sale.
Well, Larry, we had 700 head yesterday. Pretty steady across the board there. Didn't really see any increases. Didn't see anything kind of drop down much yesterday. I call it just pretty even kill for the week before. The heavy lambs, $1.30 to $2.10. Those light lambs, $1.50 to $2.40. Those fat ewes, $60 to $1.25. And those packer ewes, $30 to $80. Those Packer nannies, $40 to $1. Fat Spanish nannies, $90 to $1.25. Those Stocker nannies, $1.40 to $2.65. Those good cabritos, $2.30 to $3.65. And the lightweights, $1.80 to $3.70. And the billies yesterday, $1.70 to $2.20. So overall, got along pretty good there and had a good turnout.
Good. Now, how is the cattle sale shaping up?
Got about 300 on the yard this evening, Larry. Got a few more coming. Got about 70 cows off this deal so far. So gonna have a decent run of cows, mostly kind of Packer cows, looks like at the moment. Get some good calves and yearlings. I think we'll have around 500 head tomorrow. And, the cow market's kind of been trying to back up just a little this week, but it's sure awful good. And the calf market ought to be as good as it has been.
Good. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621, or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
This is Channel 5 reporting live from the rangeland, where earlier today, a death was reported. I'm standing here talking to...
Mesquite.
Mr. Mesquite. What happened here today?
Well, Weesatch and I had been living on this rangeland. Every year the rancher would spray us with herbicide and we'd take a nice, long nap. But we always woke up.
What changed, Mesquite?
It's that Invora herbicide. The rancher used it with Rangeview to target his application. And now I don't think Weesatch is coming back.
I wouldn't think so. It's guaranteed
control for 5 years.
You heard it from Mesquite himself. Invora and Rangeview stop brush for the long haul. It's guaranteed.
Start investing in the long haul with guaranteed Mesquite and Weesatch control at Invora.com. That's INVORA.com. Always read and follow label instructions. Invora is a restricted use pesticide. Invora is a trademark owned by Environmental Science US LLC or one of its affiliates. Not all products are registered in all states.
We're on the line with Cousin Brian Litzman from Seguin Cattle Company. Cousin Brian, how's the sale going?
Doing real good today, Larry. Ended up with 1,073 head of cattle. We're still selling. Quality not as deep this week. I'd call the stocker cattle maybe 2 to 5 softer in places. But the Packer cows and bulls, they've made their fall adjustment. They're dang sure 8 to 10 off from last week. Those 2 to 3 weight steers, 185 to 370. 3 to 4 weights, 168 to 310. 4 to 5 weights, 172 to 305. 5 to 6 weights, 181 to 276. 6 to 7 weights, 174 to 235. 7 to 8 weights, 176 to 220. Get to the heifer mates, 2 to 3 weights, 158 to 275. 3 to 4 weights, 155 to 290. 4 to 5 weights, 162 to 235. 5 to 6 weights, 156 to 246. With 6 to 7 weight heifers, 154 to 210. You get to the utility cows, average 93 to 106. Cutters 62 to 75. Canners 58 to 67. Had a few palpated cows, 950 to 1050 with few pairs, 1100 to 1500. And top into the Packer bulls, 129 today. So that's how the cattle market is.
How about the sheep and goat market?
Sheep and goats ended up with 801 head of them, and market steady with those on those good nannies, up $290 with the good kid goats bringing from 220 to 380. Get to the Dorper ewes, top end 120 with the lambs bringing from 2 to 265. So like I said, the sheep and goat market, she's holding her weight right now.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for next week's sale in Seguin, Brian.
You can give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can give me a call on my cell phone at 830-305-0652.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Send us some rain, Cousin Larry.
Neighbor John Tuggle's grain report was not available today. Let's take a quick glance at Southern Panhandle grain prices as we look at number 1 yellow corn. We'll call it $5.63 1/4 to $5.70 1/4. Milo, we'll call it 483 and a quarter to 508 and a quarter. Hard red winter wheat, we'll call it 590 and a half to 609 and a half. Neighbor, as we take a look at Texas cotton, we'll call it 8130 to 8630. 5,588 bales sold. Neighbor, there's a look at your Texas Panhandle grains and cash cotton. Neighbor, that's it for this edition of Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Hope to see you again coming down that pecan tree line lane to have a big old heaping helping of ag information with us. Until then, God bless you. See you later.